Have you heard about Biden's proposals for the first-time home buyer programs? With these proposals, if they become the law, you'll have ability to claim $25,000 grant towards your down payment or $15,000 credit. Sounds pretty exciting, right? My name is Roman Ivanov. I'm a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker, and on this channel I answer your questions about real estate. Well, let's talk about credit first. How you can apply for $15,000 credit. Well, first you have to be first-time home buyer. And let's define the first-time home buyer. The person who haven't owned the property for the past 3 years deemed to be the first-time home buyer. And that's awesome, because if you own the property before 2015, 2016 and then you rent it for a while, well, you'll become the first-time home buyer and you can qualify for this program. But that's not the only requirement. You have to pass your income requirements as well. You can't make more than 160% of median income for your area. The house has to pass the criteria as well. It can be more expensive than 120% of the average property in your area. Well, if these three checks, then you'll have the option of claiming this $15,000 if this becomes the law. As I'm recording the video, it's still pending. How you can use this money? You can claim this credit when you file in the next year taxes if you bought the house after December 31st, 2020. And let's say you owe $20,000 to IRS. You're claiming $15,000 credit and you only have to pay $5,000. Or if you receive money back from the IRS as a tax return, this money can be also refunded. So let's say you used $6,000 and you can refund the rest. Another great news about this program that these funds will never have to be repaid back. In other words, if you're gonna live in the house for the next 4 years as your primary residence and you're not gonna rent it or resell it, then you don't have to repay this money. Well, you have to keep in mind, if you sell it in the next year or two, or if you decide to rent it, you might face some consequences repaying this credit back to government. Now let's talk about the down payment grants. You can apply for up to $25,000 grant that would help you with your down payment, closing costs. You can even use the remaining portion to buy some points from the lender. And that is excellent opportunity for many buyers who are struggling saving money in this difficult economy situation. These programs used to help you as a buyer to become the homeowner in this difficult seller's market when the home price is going up so high. So what you have to do in order to qualify for this program? First Time Home Buyer Act is just one element of big, bold housing agenda that we are promoted to combat housing affordability crisis and address centuries of overly racist and discriminatory housing policies that will left massive wealth to home ownership and opportunity gaps between white communities and communities of color. You also have to be the first-time home buyer, but on the top, you have to be the first generation of home buyers. So let's say if your parents own the home, well, unfortunately, you're not going to be a good fit for this program. You also have to use this house as your primary residence, and your income criteria goes down to 120% of the median income in your area. These are not the only first-time home buyer programs available right now. If you need to know more about how these programs work and how you become the happy buyer and the owner of your own home, feel free to reach out to me. We'll set up a consultation so I can answer all your questions. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next Thursday.